I want to start this off with a little helpful advice.
All right.
To content creators, but to really anybody in general, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a comment, made a video earlier today on my personal TikTok. You don't have to follow it. I rarely post on there, but I was pretty sick of a conversation that Jackson Dart might be the best quarterback in the draft. It's annoying. It's annoying how the NFL fans and people in general, for some reason the past couple of years, see the most mediocre white quarterback and say like, hey, this guy might be better than the rest of them. That's a whole different conversation. But I mentioned how people were doing that because the top two quarterbacks are black. A lot of people might get a little tight about that, but I mean, go look at the history in the past couple of years. The draft, the top quarterbacks are usually a couple black guys and one white guy, and then all of a sudden, ooh, what about this random Kentucky quarterback that everybody knows is average to below? What if he's actually...
I was going to say, is there like something backing up their argument, like stats-wise maybe? Or anything?
With Zach Wilson, I guess he looked somewhat like Aaron Rodgers. With Will Levis, he's athletic. And now with Jackson Dart, well, he was always like expected to be great. That's the argument. Whatever. That's an entirely different thing, okay?
Yeah.
But I bring this up, and I got a comment on it saying that, Jackson Dart is the quarterback in the draft. It has nothing to do with race. And most importantly, being a self-hating white is insane. Is what he said to me.
Being a self-hating white?
Apparently, I'm a self-hating white. I hate myself because I'm white, apparently.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure.
Now, the advice is, whenever you get stupid-ass comments like this of people trying to down you, people calling you insane, people calling you whatever, I want you to take a second, and I want you to say, does anybody in my personal life think this about me? Feel this way about me? No? Cool. And we keep it pushing.
I wouldn't even put it as far as the people in my life. Do you think that of yourself, really? That's where you start in most cases.
That's where you start, but criticism is criticism. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but there's ways to go about criticism where you could take that legitimately and be like, okay, there's something to work on, or the dumbass insult that's just like, do I think this of myself, first of all? Like, am I a self-hating white? Is that...
And anybody who, by miracle, has been listening from the beginning or, a couple months in or whatever, mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I give off the vibe that I'm not that.
I would hope so.
I think on the record, I keep saying that I fucking hate the term ally, because I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a disgusting, worthless term, and I'm pretty sure once you hear that, you're like, oh yeah, no, he's not whip me harder like my family whipped your family back in the day. You know what I mean?
I wasn't expecting that tie-in, but I'll take it.
Hey, I had to make it hyperbolic and comedic.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, it's not helping the allegations for sure, but
Dude, whipping boys piss me off. Piss me off. And it isn't even only the white people who are so guilty about being white that they look at black people and, as soon as Black Panther came out, they want to walk up to him going, Ibombe! Ibombe! Yeah. I'm not one of those people. Okay?
Yeah.
Or when someone asks, hey, what's your favorite movie? They go 12 Years a Slave.
Or the Green Mile. Or what's that other movie? Your favorite one? Don't tell me I got the name.
Remember the Titans?
Yes, Remember the Titans.
Yeah, it seems like you can't remember them. Woo! Yeah. Amen.
All right, that's a knee slapper, head ass. Okay.
Yeah, no, every time I get asked what's my favorite sports movie, I kind of like, I'm way too self-aware because I hate saying Remember the Titans, but it legitimately is. But if I'm being asked by like a black person, I'm like, I swear it's almost as bad as actually being racist.
See, the issue is I know that you like genuinely like that movie, but there also comes the connotation that if a black person asks you and you say that, it's just like, is that really his favorite movie, or
is he just saying?
Yeah, or is that just his way of trying to get in good with the guys, you know?
See, and I can go three different ways, right? I can just fully lean into the, yes, it's my favorite movie. It's the most important sports movie of our lifetime, really. Yeah. Or I can go with the just the chill, like, yeah, it's my favorite sports movie. Why? Denzel watched my favorite, like, actually give reasons. Mm-hmm. Or go the third way, which is, yeah, it's my favorite movie. I really hate Coach Boone for some reason. They really should have given the job to Yokes or Yost. I keep calling him Yokes. That's not his name.
See, I don't remember names in general, so that's a me thing.
But yeah, no, and I don't know why, but the worst of the worst is men who are whipping boys for women, who go around and say like, yeah, actually all men are bad. All men are evil. Do you know what men put women through?
There's a point in which you can support a cause, but then once you go past that point, it kind of feels like you're being facetious about it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at you. I'm like, I want you to go to the bathroom and take a look in your pants. What are we talking about? You are a pussy.
There's just like, yeah, I can agree with the support, but it's just after a certain point, I'm just like, okay, dude, chill out.
Yeah, no, I can agree with, all women are equal, women are independent, not sexual objects, just for the man to put babies into, do chores around the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, like, literally the other day, I was doing my closing task before clocking out for the day, and part of that includes sweeping my area. And I was out behind my cooler sweeping, and this lady goes, "Man, I never thought I'd see the day a man sweeps." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
Yo, one of the funniest videos I've ever seen was a dude sitting in his car, and apparently he saw a lady pumping gas, and he saw her man in the car. And apparently he got offended because women can't pump gas for some reason. We'll get into that conversation in a second because I did see something before. But he looked at her and said, "Yo, like, who's your man in the front seat?" And she's like, "My man." He said, "Yeah, the dude in the front seat. I don't think you should be pumping your own gas." And she looks him dead in the face and says, "That's my mom." And he just went, "That's why I mind my own goddamn business. That's why."
That's why you should have minded your own business.
That's fucked up.
I can't imagine the resignment in his face just after that statement. Just like, that's my own fault for butting in.
Completely blank. Just like, yeah, that's why you keep to yourself.
Yeah. It reminds me of that, before we get on to that other topic, reminds me of that video, the road raging dude. And he's just like, the guy sitting in the car is just sitting there looking at him while he's yelling and going off. And the dude's just like, "Bro, go get in your car." And the angry guy's just like, "You go get in your car." And he's like, "I'm sitting in it." And he's like, "That's fair."
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I withdraw I apologize for my outburst.
Yeah.
But no, I saw a video right before I hopped in the shower where this guy was like, "Man, when you're sitting in your lady's car and the transmission is slipping and the AC doesn't work and the radio's acting up or whatever," says something about the fuel system. And just the comments are filled with men saying, "Fix it. Fix it. You're a man, right? Fix it." And not only there's men, there's women saying, "Man, I would never date a guy like this. Oh my God, my boyfriend." Both sides disgust me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Disgust me, okay? let's go on the man first. All right, let's hop on the man first.
Yeah.
I was gonna make it weird. The male ego, we just talked about all men are bad yet, but I will say the male ego is really something to behold. People really latch on to like, I do this better than you, so I'm better than you. You're not a man. Fuck you.
Yeah, I see it all the time on especially social media. It's just the male ego. You have, again, both sides, but like I see something. I can't remember exactly what the context was, the post, but it was just like you said, like all the dudes were just like, you just gonna let that happen? You gonna sit there and not do anything about it? You gonna not put in work? Are you a real man? It's just like, what?
I want to tell y'all something, okay? Not everybody's built the same. Not everything clicks in everybody's heads.
Yeah.
Just watch YouTube. It doesn't click all the time. Especially with like transmission slipping. You don't want someone who has no idea what they're doing to be fucking with your transmission.
I was going to say, as much as I like talk about working on my car, I don't know too much about doing that. I look up shit and I research before working on my own stuff. Like I paid to get my windshield replaced because I'm not doing that myself.
No.
And I could sit here and learn, like I can diagnose stuff all day. Whether I can fix it or not, nah, not in my skill set.
It's a different story.
Yeah.
Can I reach in there? I don't know. I know a couple things. I know how to do a couple things. I've learned a couple things. I'm proud of myself for learning a couple things. Mm-hmm. I still don't fucking know everything. Yeah. A, B, even if I did, I can't afford half that shit.
Yeah. Like I know issues with my car right now that if I were to try and fix them, I would fuck my car up even worse. Because it's not me thing.
But the proper response is to a dude not knowing anything isn't, oh, you're not a real man. Oh, your lady has a wife, doesn't she? Doesn't she? Yeah. You little fucking princess. It's all right, bro. What do you need help with? I got you. How fucking hard is that? And if you have to do it for them, yeah, I got you. Like, why is it that you have to have something over someone that it's cause, oh, I'm going to do a deep dive. It's because you are a shit person. You're a shit person that is legitimately not good in any sense of the imagination. So, and you feel like a fucking failure in life. You're wondering why your wife left you. So you have to hold something over someone to feel good about yourself.
Probably. And I was going to ask about the context of the post that you'd seen. Like, was it said in like a jokey manner, like, oh yeah, all these things are wrong? Or was it like, yeah, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong?
It was literally a recording of him looking somewhat worried as him and his girlfriend were sitting in the car getting like McDonald's. It was text on a screen that you read, and there was like a song playing.
So I feel like there's an angle you can come into to like, not with the same intent as a lot of those comments, but you could be like, do you need like guidance or help or anything? Like, you need me to tell you a solution.
Yeah.
Rather than, are you a real man?
But like I said, everybody, they got to hold something above you. Nothing in their life going right, and they see something in your life's not going right, so they're like, yes, I can do it.
I can't stand that. That's annoying.
Now, the women in that comment section, I saw some people saying, thank God I'm gay. What the fuck is this? My boyfriend would never let me drive that car. Oh, if I have a daughter, she will be raised to handle herself. Her man, yes, I want her to have a man where if she's having a problem with the car, who'll be like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But she can do it her fucking self. And she's not going to be in the comment section of a TikTok talking about, oh my God, you're not going to do it for me? Oh my God, you're not going to fucking pay for it? You're not. The expectation is the bare minimum. Okay? That's the expectation.
Yeah.
That bare minimum is the dude saying, oh, do you need help with that? That's if My daughter is that's the man she is going to, whatever, that's the bare minimum. If your partner says, I'll take care of it for you, don't worry, bonus. But if you have a partner and you know they're incapable of doing that or it just doesn't click and you can do it, what's the fucking issue?
So you brought up this word earlier. It was bare minimum. And like, I've had an issue with this, this word for like a long time. Cause like, okay, I'll take this back to a friend of mine. When she was single, she was like actively looking for a relationship. Like she wanted to be with somebody that, you know, would be good for her, you know, long-term type stuff.
Right.
And she kept bringing up the word bare minimum. And then she would like list off some of these things. And I'm just over here like, do you mean common fucking decency? Because that's what the word bare minimum always seems to mean every time it's brought up, no matter the context. When it comes to girls talking about guys, it's the bare minimum. And I'm just like, dude, that's the shit I was raised on. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's
there's
not,
like, you have a bare minimum.
It's a personal standard,
I mean?
for sure. And I can agree with that. And I'm imposing my own standards onto other people when I think this, but I'm just like, to me, it feels so common sense.
Yeah. If you can have high expectations, and if you have high expectations, either someone's going to humble you or someone's going to meet them in whatever. Fine. But just because a dude cannot work on a car, it's fine. Why don't you do it yourself? Well, why do you need a man? Why do you need a man? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's the same people that will say something like that will also turn around and say that they're a strong, independent woman.
Now, I will say the expectation is for a dude, just in society, is for a dude to say, I'll take care of it. Fine. If my lady had a car and she was driving and she was having issues, I would do my best to fix it. I have no issue. I have no qualms with that. Mm-hmm. But shitting on a dude because he doesn't know how to work on the car, and plus you don't know if he's actively trying to get those issues fixed. You don't know anything outside of a fucking 10-second TikTok.
You know nothing other than text on a screen with some music.
And he's not a man. Oh my God, you should break up with him, girl. Shut up. Go back to the video of the guy saying, well, isn't your man going to help you? Mind your own fucking business.
Literally. It's like, I forgot where I was going to go with this, but it was something along the lines of why. No, actually, I was going to flip it. I was going to switch over to the female side of it, but I'll let you continue this if you have anything else to say on the man side of points.
I don't have anything else to say with the man.
Okay, then what I was going to say was usually when it comes to the women I see on social media with their comments like that are just like, you're still staying with this guy. Why do y'all want them to break up so bad?
Because they're unhappy.
People will see one bad thing on social media or whatever, and they will turn around and say, divorce, break up, leave him. It's like that's not always a leave him issue. I admit there are times there could be, but all the time, no.
I will say this, okay? There is certain stuff in a relationship that I find unhealthy, that I don't find particularly great, okay? Mm-hmm. But if it is working for them and they are not hurting anybody, I don't care. There's this couple that makes the round on some podcast where she expects him to lead. She just shuts up and cooks. It's like the extreme version of a 1950s relationship.
Was it called a trad wife, I believe?
Something like that. But she takes it to the fucking... She's like, if he cheats on me, that's okay. That's just his man desires, and he's got to take care of that. Weird fucking shit, okay?
Okay, that's a little far.
But I'm like, do y'all love each other? Are you in the... I
mean, it's their relationship. So
now, if I sit back and say, do I want my daughter in that relationship?
Hell no.
And that dude's going to get his head caved in if I ever fucking hear him say some shit like that. But that's my family. So that is my business.
Yeah. I mean, I could understand if it's my family thing, but also, I mean, I also understand I don't care because it's not me in that scenario. But yeah, I agree. If it's like my daughter and she says it's okay if my man cheats on me. No, it's not.
No.
No. You're my family. I'm not going to let some other guy do that to you.
And if it's my son saying like, yeah, my woman's got to do this, this, and that, I'm not going to be a spanking parent. But if I see that shit on social media, oh my God, it's a wrap, dog. That's not gentle parenting, nothing. All right?
No.
I'm taking out my disappointment with my own parenting skills along with my anger towards you. I'm taking that out on your ass.
I can't say I agree with taking out your own disappointment in yourself on your kid, but you know.
Okay, just the anger.
Yeah.
Red light homie, sweet proof, taking your anger out on your kids. Come on, you gotta.
My name is Z, and I approve this message. I don't, but
vote me. I'll make beating your kids great again.
For the record, I don't believe, at least for my side of it, I don't stand for that 100%.
Let me tell you, from my side of it, like, we can't. All right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a kid who should have been beaten more. No. Dude, I hate being lassoed into conversations that I didn't ask for. Okay? And it's because I don't want to be a rude prick. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I was walking the mods, and the first thing I want to say about this dude who stopped me, there were two impressions I got the very first time he walked into the Amazon building.
Okay.
First of all, he tucks his shirt in with every piece of clothing he wears. I've seen this dude walking around the warehouse with a tie-dye shirt tucked into gray sweatpants.
I can't say never mind. Continue.
Listen, I don't have great fashion sense. I don't. Right now, I got a blue shirt on with some gray sweatpants, you know, whatever. It looks fine for a casual attire, but I'm not goddamn Prince, all right? I'm not at the Met Gala. I'm not, whatever. I understand that. But Jesus Christ, you are haunting to look at. There's another guy in the warehouse. He wears some bright ass neon shorts with knee-high socks. What?
What a fashion statement, these people.
Yeah, he's making a statement. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
I'm being myself.
Absolutely.
But no, that was the first impression. The second impression is his first day on break. He laid his phone on the table and was just blasting music throughout the entire break room. I wanted to drown him in the soup he was eating.
Let's say I'd have issues with that one.
What are you doing? And it got to the point where two people looked over and was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I just wanted to listen to my music.
Headphones, your car, anywhere that's not a room full of people trying to enjoy their break and, you know, probably relative quietness.
Yeah, and like even when I would play stuff out loud or, you know, headphones are dead or whatever, turn it down. Turn it down.
Yeah.
If I can hear it across the break room, that volume is all the way up. What are we doing?
I can't stand people without social awareness too, so.
Yeah. But no, the limit to the interactions or the max interaction me and this dude have had is we've been walking two separate ways about to pass each other, and it's been the nod, the cordial, and that's it. Because that's what you do. If you pass someone, you make eye contact, that's it.
Acknowledgement, some form of it.
But I'm walking out of the aisle, and he stops, and he just starts talking to me. Not a what's good, not a hey. He just starts the sentence. I hate it. I hate it. Stop doing that. Don't do that. But I don't want to be a piece of shit, so I just take the headphone out. And oh my God, this dude cannot take a hint. Because as he's talking to me, I'm about to tell you all this shit, but as he's talking to me, I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. Me too. Yeah. Like, That's just how it goes. Over and over and over. Try just walking. One answer. Walk. Over. And he just follows me.
You know who did that when I was there?
Mark?
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, like, I'm sure the dude is a nice guy. But if someone is giving you one-word answers after you've talked for a paragraph, and they're also walking away after they finish the sentence, they don't want to talk to you. But
yeah,
dude stops me and he's like, man, I'm so tired. I'm on a couple hours of sleep. And I was like, yeah, I come into the building like that. Start to walk away. Yeah, man, I was thinking about taking the VTO, but like yesterday I just wasn't cool. Start to walk away. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't be here if my aunt wasn't asking for all that fucking money. And I was like, is this? He's like, yeah, she's saying she bought the house, but I gotta. Why are we? What's happening?
Do you find yourself to be the person people just dumps their trauma onto?
This has never happened to me.
Oh, okay.
This has happened twice. Okay, you just meet people that for some reason they say two words and now the floodgates are open. I'm not saying your trauma is invalid. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that a random person you met 2 minutes ago doesn't want to fucking hear about it. It's not appropriate.
I've had experiences like this in the past, but I will preface this by saying I don't know what it is, but people tend to dump their life trauma onto me at times. Yeah. And I've got a coworker who I love the guy, actually a good worker as well, but he doesn't stop talking.
Yeah.
And like every morning I walk in and he'll call me over to say something, and it's either football, his son, or something to do with work. And like, cool, like morning greetings, cool. It's 4:00 in the morning, brother. I'm not awake. I know he is, because he gets in early every morning. He's up and ready to get to work. I'm here to start my day and maybe wake up some point throughout the day. Yeah. I don't have the energy to sustain conversations all the time. And I made the mistake of telling him the name that my mom or my grandma almost named me whenever I was born. And now that's become my name with him most of the time. And he'll just call it out like randomly. That's and I'm like, weird. Okay, like I don't care necessarily that you're calling me by this name, because I told you. Like, I wouldn't tell anybody if I cared. For the record, that name is Puka Wuka. If my mom watches this, just tell me who wanted to name me the name.
Sounds like
she'll tell me that my grandma was the one that wanted to name me that. My grandma will say it was her that wanted to name me that.
What the hell? Like birth certificate?
Birth certificate, legal name type shit. Like,
what the fuck?
That's what they wanted.
No, it wasn't.
One of them wanted that.
B, if another dude is calling you Puka Wuka, I have issues with that.
I was already bullied as a kid. It would have been so much worse.
Oh, yeah, no. But if I'm at work and another man is calling me Puka Wuka, that's not.
Because the only reason I'm just like, I don't care, because he's just like, Puka Wuka. I'm just like, hi. And because he'll never have anything of like substance to go after that. So I'm just like, trying to get back onto work.
Right.
So it's just like, okay, cool. But like most days, he'll always just stop me as I'm like trying to get set up. And it's just like talking about, until the football season ended, it was about football. And I'm just like, brother, I don't know these people. Because you're talking about teams I don't pay attention to.
See, I'm obsessing over this. How do you change that to benefit you, to where people might not ever find out what that name actually is? You know what I mean? Like, play with it by going something else.
What do you mean?
Like, you know how some people play with the name of, like, you know, or to put it in simple terms, like, people go by Will instead of William.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Puka Wuka was your government name, and saying it's not a joke because you're playing it like it's not a joke. If that was your government name, how are you playing with that? Because at past elementary school, you're not doing that. We're not.
I don't know. I never actually thought it through that deeply. Like, my first thought would probably be Pook or something, but like, I wouldn't want to be called that.
No. So many people be calling you Pookie.
Yeah, and like, I know a Pookie, but it's also a woman. So
like, PW is stupid. Like, oh yeah, that's PW. Yeah, I'm PW.
Yeah, they're going to start calling me DW for Arthur. Yeah, so.
Yeah, no, what? Puka Wuka. I mean, you could do just like I'm Will.
I can't think of any shorthand name that would sound decent enough for me to accept being called that.
Thank fucking Christ they didn't do that to you. That's a curse.
I'm so happy.
That is a curse.
I'm so
Where
happy.
did they even get that?
I don't know. It's just like baby talk. And they're like, let's name him that. And it's just like, no, don't do that to him.
What? What? That's like naming a dog here. Like, what? And I'm sorry, you're gonna go apply for a loan.
Oh hell! Apply for a job. Apply for fucking college. God. Anything that you need your name on would just be like, is this person for real?
Bro, that sucks.
Until you hit them with your social security and they hit you with that, oh, that's his actual name. Okay.
Oh my God, that's actually, and you're sitting there like you're mouthing it. They're like, oh my God, that's his actual name, while you're sitting going,
yeah,
because you hear it so fucking.
Yeah.
It's like my real name with the fucking Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah,
dude, you know how many fucking times I've heard that.
Every time I've said that,
dude, especially when someone comes up and be like, "Have you ever?" Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, like even my actual name now, I've dealt with it enough that I have to tell people how to spell it, even though it's not hard. It's in one of the most famous books in the world. So
it is, but I believe it's spelled with two I's in that one.
Yeah. And I tell them to just take one out.
Take one out.
Yeah. And you would think they would know which one, but also you would think anybody would know how to spell it with two I's. I'll accept that. But I've seen people spell it with a Z, which is part of the reason why I go by Z.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. 100%.
No, you haven't.
100. I could go to my old job at FedEx right now and pick out the motherfucker whose name is spelled with the Z. Because I was in my
there's someone with actually.
Yes.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck. I don't get what, we can't come up with a better name, so we're gonna spell it different. Fuck you. Shut up. What are we talking about?
Yep. There's a Sydney at my job with just two E's.
Like at the end?
Yeah.
No why?
No why.
Why?
Except for in the Sid part.
That's so stupid. I hate that so much. Like I hate it. So it's like when, let's name her Brooke. Oh, that's too basic. Let's add a Lynn. Lynn is her. Lynn. Shut up. Stop.
I can't remember what name it was, but it was a Lynn name. That was just, the Lynn didn't need to be there because it was a whole name without it.
Dude, it's ridiculous how that Ted scene of is it a white trash name? Oh, is it one of those names with a Lynn after it?
Yeah.
I hate how accurate that is.
Lynn, Lee. It's just, those names are just, why?
Puka Wooga's the first, though. I want to know the lore behind the thought of that.
I've tried to dig, but all I get is, yeah, your nana wanted to name you that. Or, yeah, your mom wanted to name you that. It's like, okay, one of you are lying. Because I ended up with the name I have now. So somebody's a bad actor here.
Let me know where that came from so I could dap them up. Thank God you were there.
They both take credit for naming me my current name, even though they both try and throw off the they wanted to name me Puka Wuka instead.
Did you have a childhood nickname?
Childhood, yes. I don't know if you if hearing it will help the allegations at all.
What does that mean?
Because my childhood nickname was Monkey.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
At least you weren't adopted by a white family.
That's true. That's true.
Why is that not in a movie? I want there to be a movie where a white family adopts a black kid and the nickname they give him is Monkey.
I feel like that movie would not work out so well.
Come on.
In the current landscape of America and I guess the world, I don't think it'll work out too well.
It's hilarious. I had several nicknames playing sports and doing whatever. The first one I ever got was Pumpkinhead, and that just got shortened to Punk, right?
Okay.
But when I was playing football, and I believe I've told this before, I had two different nicknames that I could remember. I believe I had a third one. But the first one was Walgreens. Why did my coach call me Walgreens? Why was it Walgreens? What are we doing?
Wait, there was no context behind that name?
I can't remember the context. That's the thing. And I have sat up late at night saying, why did he call me Walgreens?
I forgot my other nickname was Tank.
Maybe Walgreens like, oh, people got to go get medication after they deal with him, which that's fucked up. That's, psychological medication. That's where I'm going.
I was going like Tylenol for a headache or something, but
No, the other one was Prince. Because I won homecoming Prince.
Not King?
Goddamn cute as a button. I was like 5 years old, dude.
Ah, that's why Prince. Okay.
No. I was a cute as a goddamn button.
It sounded like Homecoming Prince was the second runner-up to Homecoming King.
That'd be fucked up, because then you got someone just over you saying, I'm your daddy. Daddy boy.
You gotta hear, like, where's the squire?
Yeah, no, dude. That one I hated. Because, Prince is like, oh, am I in a Disney movie? Am I gay?
Or you could just be a narcissist and like it.
Yeah, but then that's so easy because the prince, it's like, oh, you're not the king, you're just the prince. Wow.
I mean,
I like it.
I guess.
My mom calls me that.
My dad is the king, so I'm the prince.
I got jumbo head in high school. We know why. I don't think we have to go over the reason.
I mean, I figured we knew why for Pumpkinhead, too.
That's fine. Man.
Is it not true?
Thank God my mom's not more graphic, She definitely played into the joke of like, yeah, you should have felt what it's like to push that fat ass head out.
Yeah. My mom never got to play that joke even. I was going to say, I was a very big baby, and my mom didn't get to play that joke because I was a C-section.
See, what's crazy is I was not a big baby, but she just fed me whenever I cried. And now I look like this.
I think I was somewhere around 10 pounds, north of 10 pounds, I'm pretty sure.
I was 11.
Yeah. They couldn't find me when they opened my mom up.
Just imagine doctors with like flashlights, putting on like headlamps and shit.
She said I was tucked off in her side somewhere. So that must have been fun for her, I guess.
Just like chilling with the kidneys. You know what I mean?
I think so, to be honest.
Just like, yo, I'm out of here, dog. I'm good.
I'm out of here. It's good.
Could you imagine if like C-section opened up and the kid has like somehow made markings of like faces in the organs? I know this isn't anatomically correct, but this is a cartoon.
I mean, that sounds horrifying.
But like the kid, you just the kid turns to you. It's just, yes, I've been saved. Is it too late for an abortion?
It's like, oh, my gloves are really slippery.
Whoops!
My bad. Round 2. Try again.
Dude, that reminds me of a gumball thing where The Amazing World of Gumball. I just watched this out of context. It was like the pizza family, and they bring them a pizza, and I don't know if it's their actual kid or not, but they think it is. So like, oh my God, thank you so much. And they drop it on the front steps, face
I know what
down,
you're talking about. Yep.
and it just slides down the steps, and you see the sauce and everything, and they're just...
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's what that reminded me of.
I mean, hey, that was a funny ass scene though. Even though I think when I watched it, I was younger and was a little mortified. But thinking back on it, it was hilarious.
You know, imagine if your kid is born and... Imagine if your kid is born and just you let out like, yeah, let's fucking go. And the doctor goes, yeah! Just throws the baby into the ceiling.
Or if your doctor gets too excited and was an ex-football player and just spikes the baby. Starts dancing.
Fucking Ice Age when he spikes the watermelon.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I've seen the funniest pictures of those is when I see they pulled out a baby fresh out the womb and it opens its eyes and is scowling the doctor. Have you seen those?
No.
That makes me believe in reincarnation, dog.
It's like you took me from my warmth.
Yeah, the baby comes out going... What is
going
on?
I believe I heard this from my psychology professor. They said that's like the first pain a kid will know is the cold air. So imagine the kid being just in pain. It's just like, why the fuck did you do this to me?
Cold air, bright lights. I understand why it's crying.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Ah! Ah!
If my future wife ever goes into labor and the kid coming out, I'm just going to start playing that Aladdin song, A Whole New World.
Also, they say babies are crying because, you know, it's someone being reborn and they realize, you know, it's starting over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I get it. I would do everything in my power to start swinging. Like, drop me.
Just start thrashing.
I did this once. I'm not doing it again.
It's like, I've had my time. I don't want to do it again. I'm done.
Yeah, could you imagine being at your wit's end that you take yourself out and then all of a sudden you wake up in a hospital room fucking...
Dude.
As a baby and you see your parents, you're like, no.
It's like, oh, what a healthy young child. It's crying. It's like, it's not tears of joy. Or... No, the funniest thing that my parents remember from that's a weird way to put it. I was 2 years old when my little brother was born, when my next brother was born. And apparently I didn't talk to my mom for a month. And in the hospital, my grandparents brought me and I just stood in the corner and looked at the wall. I was so pissed off. You're not the oldest, are you?
I am the oldest.
You are the oldest. That's what I thought. Okay. If you were doing that, it's just like, damn, I'm not the only child anymore.
Yeah. I was like, God damn, dude. Why?
See, I got lucky in the fact that my 5 other siblings weren't in my life. So I just, I was the only kid. And I still play that card to this day with my family. It's changed from only to favorite because I now have little cousins. Well, I say now have, as of like 2010, I've had little cousins. So.
See, I could never imagine being an only child. And maybe that's just because like all of my memories as a child are mostly with my brothers. Mm-hmm. Playing video games together, playing outside together, beating on each other, like all the fun stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I imagine being an only child is just boring. You know what I mean?
I mean, it depends on your situation growing up. But I mean, even today, like I did try to have a relationship with my dad and his side of the family. But starting when you're like 8 to 10 years old, it's just like I've known this life of being the only one for so long that it's just awkward and uncomfortable to be around my siblings. Even though, I mean, I'm related to them, but I rarely ever talk to them.
Yeah, apparently my lady has a brother, older brother out there somewhere. And I doubt if he came around and be like, oh, yeah, she'll try to have a relationship, but I can only imagine how fucking weird that would be.
I mean, I've like my other side of the family. They hit me up, like they were texting, and like for a while we had like a group chat with like all my brothers and sisters, all my brother and sisters, uh, and like I hung out with them like one time, and like I chilled for a few hours. But I think I was in a I had to be back up here by a certain time because I think I had work at I think Lowe's at the time.
Yeah.
So I was on a 5 a.m. work schedule there, so I had to come back. But it was awkward. Like we chilled, like we hung out, we smoked, but it was a little weird.
Hanging out, it's weird with family that you're distant with when you are put in a setting where it's not like, a bar where you can just dip whenever you want. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like at Thanksgiving and you sat at this table and the only people that sat at it with you are family you're distant with. So you feel like you need to talk to them because they're family.
Yeah.
But it's just...
It's like I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
There's no like sense of familiarity.
Weird,
go on.
Yeah,
go on.
with like people you don't know, you can just not talk and it'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel that pressure, but since it's family, you feel the need to say something.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when I was at I think it was my sister's apartment, I was there and like I was willing to try and talk to him, but I just couldn't find like an end into the conversation because whatever they were talking about, I knew nothing about because I don't talk to him. So it's just like I have no point in this conversation where I can just like enter and start getting to know them more from the 15 or so. I think it was 14 years at that point that we hadn't really talked.
But, feeling like a stranger around family is the weirdest fucking phenomenon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I should know you enough to have a surface level conversation, but I don't. And we're related weird. Somehow.
Yeah.
Like we are connected by something.
That feeling of I kind of have to talk to him just sits there lingering, but you don't know what to say.
And then if you leave early, you're like, man, was I a dick? Like, that's family. Like, was I being a piece of shit?
Yeah. And I feel bad. And like, they had kept sending messages into the group chat for a while after the fact, but it just dwindled to the point where one was sending in notifications for his prices for his business. And it was just like, brother, nobody's buying from you in this chat because I'm 70 miles away and my sisters all have their own person that they go to. So,
no, even it's worse when you have family members now that you grew up with having a decent relationship with, but you're distancing. Like there are some family members I have where I feel myself distancing them for distance is being created, not physical, just mental. Like the relationship just isn't really there. And I think
we talked about this in a previous episode. This sort of feeling, I guess. I think you're going to say something.
Well, no, I stopped because I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, I was going to say like I remember in that episode, I'm pretty sure I talked about like some of my cousins that I like hung out with more recently and was like that distance was closing again. Cause it's like, of course I moved away for college and like, they're all still in town and like, I've distanced physically, of course. And I'm not the type of person I should reach out more to people, but I just don't because I just they live their own lives. I live mine. And when we come together, we can catch up. But that doesn't help for the distance that gets created in the meantime.
Yeah.
So I understand that feeling. Like, just I don't like the feeling of distance being created when it comes to family that I was really close with.
Yeah, and it's just right now there are people like that where I want to have a relationship with. Like I want that, you know. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say like, "Hey, how's it going?" Because it'd be like, "Why are you texting? Is everything good?" Then I'll be like, I just have a good day."
I think I get away with that nowadays with the person I am with my family, I guess. I don't want to make it sound like I'm two different people, because I'm still ultimately the same person. I act the same way around anybody, but I feel like there's a sense of humor that just kind of clicks with my family that I just lock into immediately, and I get away with that with the reaching out to people that I don't talk to very often, because like just the other day, yesterday was one of my cousin's birthday, and so people were spelling her name wrong in the group chat. And I texted her and was like, well, after texting her happy birthday, I texted her and was like, am I crazy? Have I been spelling your name wrong for the last all my life? Or are they spelling it wrong? And she was like, they spelled it wrong. And I was like, okay, cool. I figured, because after the first person, I was like, okay, it might just be a misspelling. And then somebody else typed it spelling it that exact same way. And I was like, I must be wrong now.
Yeah.
But she was like, yeah, no, that's just the thing. And like, I hadn't talked to her in months before that conversation. So
I will say it's weird, and I hate when I'm going to keep this very vague and still as clear as possible, because like I don't want to air out all my business on the streets. But I got a text from a family member saying that another family member was worried that, you know, I hadn't talked to them in a while. And I responded with, you know, whatever. But in my head, I'm like, they can't, they have my number.
Yeah.
They can't. If you're worried, why aren't you talking to me? Like, you know?
I mean, communication is a two-way street. So I can understand, like, if they're worried, they should reach out. Because, I mean, you can't be expected to do that for them, for their own feelings.
Yeah. I think personally, I have this sense that I want community, I guess you could say. I think that's why I tend to be a little hard in the Discord of, or at least thinking of like trying to involve a lot of people or trying to set up things that we can all do together or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Texting you earlier on streams and shit.
Yeah.
Just because I crave that sense of community. But just, where the fuck was I going with this? I don't reach out. And if you're going to reach out to me, reach out. I'm happy to talk. But once you like go and talk to someone else to talk on your behalf when you have my number, then I'm really going to be wondering like, what's going on?
Yeah, there's a sense of, why aren't you asking me directly? And I get that feeling all the time. Because I have certain family members who, of course, I'm not going to name, but they will assume everybody else's position on them rather than just straight up asking them or hearing them out.
Yeah.
And it's caused a lot of issues, which is why I also have that issue of, if you want to talk to me, reach out. I'm happy to talk, whatever. Like, nothing. I can't say people aren't on my mind, but it's never in the sense of, I'm worried that they aren't doing well or something. It's just like, oh, I hadn't talked to them in a minute. I don't think I will, though, because I don't really have anything to say.
I think about that of like, I don't see my parents enough. I don't see my brothers enough. I don't talk to people enough. Out of all my family, the most I see is my grandparents. And even then, it'll go weeks and months without a word to each other. And I'll be walking around Amazon, or I'll be sitting up late at night on the game or whatever. And I'll be like, I should probably see everybody a lot more, talk to everybody a lot more. I should probably be Magneto. let's run that. And then just leave.
I mean, yeah, I get that. Like my grandma, I call her Nana, my Nana. It's been brought to my attention a couple times that like if I were to reach out, I could make her day. And I think about it all the time, and I'm like, maybe I really should. And sometimes I do. Other times I'm just like, I would, but I only have so much time, and I know that if I get on the phone with her, it's going to be a couple hours before I get off. So I just can't at this moment. I'll do it later, and then I forget, and it's of course my fault. But I'm just like, she could call me, but also I've gone through 3 different jobs, all of which have had major different schedules that they just, a lot of times I can't talk while I'm at work. So I understand like they don't want to call me in case I'm at work or extremely busy or something. And I always feel bad. 'Cause I'm like, man, now just like now I have over half the day to do anything that I want to do once I get done with work. And I usually spend that doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like exhausted. I don't want to talk to anybody. I sit in my room. I lay down. I take a nap or whatever. But it's never on my mind to reach out to family and talk to them or whatever.
See, I have a lot of family members that I would love to do that with. I would love to just have a phone conversation and catch up. But a couple of them that I have interest in doing that with, if I called them up, would have the reaction of, why are you calling me?
And there's an issue with that statement. It's just like, man, that's because you don't talk to them enough. But also, I'm in the same boat. So.
Yeah, no, if one of them called me and just said, hey, how's it going? I'd probably be like, good.
Literally. It's like, is something going on? Because like, y'all don't usually call me unless something's happening. And that's
then I feel like,
partly my own fault.
Then I feel like shit because when I do talk to them, it's either, there's a family thing that everybody's getting together for, or I need help. And I feel like shit when I'm like, hey, yeah, it's been a little bit. It's been a couple months. I'm on the side of the interstate. Like, I feel like shit for doing that.
I can say I've like worked on it, and I'll make this like my closing statement. I can say I've worked on it because I mean that's what we all need to do with ourselves is work on ourselves. And like I start slowly. Like I call my mom every now and again just to give her like little updates on my life. And I know that I didn't do that enough when like the most recent time it was like, yeah, the guy came and replaced my windshield. And like the payment didn't go through, but like I fixed it and I got it all worked out. And she was like, boy, you had me worrying that I had to like find some money and scrape up to send to you or something. I was like, no, I had it all fine. I had the money. I just didn't want to spend it all at once in the first place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that. And little annoying that I do that, but I'm working on it.
Working on it. And to everybody out there, if you have family, just call them up. It is family. Am I saying that all family deserves your attention and they deserve what? No. Be completely honest. If you have a family member that's a shithead or whatever, that distance is fine.
So you don't have to force yourself to associate with people you don't like.
Yeah, but if you're in situations like us where you have family members that you want to be close with or can feel the relationship, getting weaker and weaker, call them up. Have a little conversation. Go out to lunch.
Yeah.
Even though everything's getting more expensive. But that was Red Light Homies. I hope you enjoyed the episode. As always, make sure you rate 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening to. Z, what 5-star rating could these lovely people leave?
These guys, I think they might actually hold some legitimate family values. 5 stars.
Possibly. But also sharing, whether that's clicking the crooked arrow and sharing to whatever platform you want to share on, or that's word of mouth. Word of mouth is very, very important. If someone comes up to you and they say, hey, I want to hear people rag on men and women. I want to hear people talk about family values and the struggle with their social anxiety mixing with those family values. Hey, I want to just hear race opinions on quarterbacks in the NFL. Z, where do they go?
Well, for all of that information, you can go to the boys Jackie and Z over at Red Light Homies, wherever you get your podcasts, and they'll talk about all of those topics in one episode because they talk about anything and everything.
Anything and everything, baby. This was the homies Jackie and Z.
That's me.
And we'll see y'all next Monday.
Peace out.